Hi, I'm Nancy Finn, and I'm here to talk to you about who ratted Eliot Spitzer out. If you go to my website, BeMyAstrologer.com, you can do a search and find Spitzer's birth chart on the website. I talk about it in simplistic terms because I think the information in astrology can be quite obvious. There's no reason to obfuscate or make it difficult or complex. It's right there, able to be seen. The first rule of metaphysics is the inner and outer rule. They match. People who love to bust bad guys, for example, have a lot of the bad guy energy in them. You might say it takes one to know one. The energy is the same. The charts of rapists and their victims are indistinguishable at times. These secrets are revealed by the esoteric language of the astrology chart. Therefore, it does not surprise us that the man who rants against prostitutes uses them. What made Eliot Spitzer's choo-choo leave the tracks? I strongly suspect that he was done in on two levels, by himself, of course, but also by one of the extremely aggressive, unforgiving, and potentially vindictive men he did in. In this sense, the karma is complete. The punishment fits the crime. It's a perfect world that way. Spitzer's chart activity is most unusual in this reciprocal. Transiting Saturn is on his natal Pluto, and transiting Pluto is on his natal Saturn. It basically says, the world as I know it is about to come to an end, and it's also known in less polite circles as bend over and kiss your patootie goodbye. This could be true of anyone born about the same time as Spitzer, but not everyone undoes themselves so spectacularly. There are many reasons people frequent prostitutes, but one of them is to have a tantalizing, dangerous, risky, and ultimate sexual experience. Spitzer's south node in Taurus indicates that she might be particularly uninspired in this capacity. Her Scorpio north node would have forced her to come to terms with the darkness, including the mysterious and complex forces that drive us from within. So she certainly met her fate in Eliot Spitzer. We don't have Spitzer's exact time of birth, unfortunately, because knowing the houses would be especially revealing. Spitzer's unaspected sun has been mentioned by other astrologers. I think his heavily aspected moon in Leo, inconjunct or quincunx Saturn in Capricorn, is a big player too. The signs Leo and Capricorn indicate someone who plays the role of the upright and outstanding family man, while his south node in Aries and unaspected Gemini sun indicate a gunslinging rogue instead. No doubt Spitzer is a mystery even to himself. Perhaps his evil twin went gunning for the good guy in his own head. The aspect of Moon Saturn indicates someone who feels very unlovable. Perhaps that's why Spitzer had to buy love. This embarrassing, even humiliating reason for using prostitutes is usually brushed under the rug by emperors who prefer to stress the glamorous aspect or other less pathos-filled motives for their pursuit, but nevertheless it is a possibility here. It might indicate a deeper and very sad motive besides the thrill of flaunting the law. Maybe Spitzer wanted to be a John Kennedy or a Bill Clinton, but lacked the charm and the capabilities of these two ladies' men. Spitzer's progressed sun is on his natal Mars, and transiting Saturn is approaching his progressed Mars. These transits and progressions accentuate his Mars energy, libido, and ego. Particularly Saturn on Mars indicates that although he may have gotten what he wanted on the national stage, for the time being, the same thing may not have been true at home. In closing, let's elevate our discussion by remembering that Pluto brings to the surface long and deeply held motives, desires, and archetypes. What may seem destructive in a person is actually a tremendously powerful urge to transform, to change completely. A metaphysician might reason that Spitzer's soul had hit the wall. In some way he may have realized he was living a lie, and no longer meaningful life, and did something to drastically correct. In Britain, those old enough to remember will recall John Profumo and the life he led before and after being caught with showgirl Christine Keeler. Keep an eye out as Pluto retrogrades back over Spitzer's Mercury at 28 degrees in Gemini. I wish we knew what house this was in. Perhaps a nervous breakdown, a bizarre attempt to retract, a self-serving recovery statement. Perhaps the person who ratted him out will become known in the news. The pertinent dates are July 25th through October 23rd, 2008, with special emphasis on the date September 9, 2008. My name is Nancy Finn, and I'd like to be your astrologer.